To all the non-believers, 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 non-believers. I'm making.
What's good, y'all? This is Jay Varsity, and welcome back to NBA Talk. I know it's been a minute. It's been a while since we've had an episode. You know, this whole hiatus, the suspension, if you will, with all with everything that's been going on with the protests and everything that's going on. I'm not gonna go too deep into that because I don't want to bring up an opinion and then people start arguing in the chats and all that, and well, not in the chat, in the comment section and all that. But let's talk strictly hoops, and let's talk about how the restart, the new additions to teams, because we got players opting out, and how it's going to impact teams that are trying to compete for the playoffs or compete for a championship, and the legitimacy of this championship, because apparently people are starting to question the legitimacy of this NBA championship, and quite frankly, it's kind of pissing me off because you got actual players and coaches that swear that this championship should be remembered for years to come, but then you got other people that are trying to say that, oh, whoever wins this championship is not really a champion. So to me, at the end of the day, a ring is a ring. So that because everybody's got to play under these circumstances. All these playoff teams and contenders got to play under these circumstances. So, but anyway, the let's start off with the people who decided to opt out and not participate in the NBA restart, and let's talk about the additions. The first the first one being what was somewhat of a hit to the Lakers was losing Avery Bradley, and the replacement is J.R. Smith, who became officially a Laker yesterday. How do I feel about that? Obviously, I'm not going to question the man's morals. I'm not going to question why I'm not going to question why he did it, because if he has a son who has respiratory issues, you can't risk that. That's an automatic no. Like as a father, if you have a child who has that kind of illness, then you can't take any risk with that, because with the whole coronavirus outbreak, you can't play with something like that, and especially now that the cases are spiking in areas down the south and in some other places too. And I've heard California is actually having like increasing cases in the past few days. But yeah, the the whole his reasoning I can accept. At first, I was a little upset about it, but then I realized, he's a father first. He's a father and a human being first. He's not just a basketball player, and you gotta respect that. A lot of these guys are fathers. A lot of these guys are fathers, husbands, whatever they are in their social lives. But yeah, I can respect that. The 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 other person that said they were opting out was Trevor Ariza. Trevor Ariza, another guy that I respect, that he's putting his family into his decision. I respect it. How much does it impact the Portland Trailblazers? I think it impacts them tremendously, because to me, Trevor Ariza was the only decent wing defender they have, and we don't even know if Melo is gonna go with the Blazers to Orlando. We're not sure about that either. So I think the Portland Trailblazers might be compromised. I think the Trailblazers might be compromised in this situation, because CJ actually admitted that he voted no in the voting to the NBA restart, and I think honestly the Portland Trailblazers just might be in trouble, and I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs this year, because I don't know. And then if you see how the NBA schedule came out, we're gonna get into that in a little bit. Let's see, who's another one? The Clippers signed Joakim Noah, who's a decent piece to add and give size to the Clippers, which they sincerely lack of. That's one thing I always said. The Clippers always lack size, so and I think Joakim Noah helps out just a little bit with that. Is he still the defender that he once was? I don't think so. I think people are kind of over speculating that he's going to turn into 2014 Joakim Noah. I don't see that, but I guess it just gives them a little bit of size because to me the Lakers size in that aspect just towered over the Clippers in that area. The Let's see. Oh yeah, the Houston Rockets lost Thabo Cephalosha, and they added Lukin Bahamunte, who was actually crucial in in defensively in the 2014 roster. He was actually very crucial in the 2018 roster defensively, at least against the Warriors. Him along with Trevor Ariza they were actually pretty huge in that aspect. So that so there you go. You got Davis Bertans, who, which I'm not even gonna lie. The Wizards to me don't really have much of a shot to make the playoffs, and if they did, they'll be a first round out. They'll be a first round out. Um, if I missed anything, let me know in the if I missed anything with the new additions or anything like that, in the comments let me know in the comment section. Let me know that. And before I get to that, make sure to hit the bell whenever you want to know when a new video drops. Make sure to hit the bell with that. But yeah, let's get into this. All right, the NBA schedule. If it wasn't so blatantly obvious that they want the Pelicans to make the playoffs because they want to see Zion in the playoffs this year, it it's just it's just the most blatant obvious rigging of a schedule. I'm sorry. This schedule is a freaking joke. As a Heat fan, I'm a little upset that the Miami Heat got the toughest schedule out of everybody in the league. Out of everybody in this restart, I think Miami got the short end of the stick because they got the toughest schedule out of everybody. Although the Pelicans are not exactly in. Who knows what's going on with the Pelicans because apparently, according to reports, 3 players on the Pelicans got the coronavirus and they don't know who those people are. And we don't know if they're key players. We don't know if they're just players coming off the bench. Guys who don't get minutes. But we, if it's if 2 of them happen to be Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram, then the Pelicans are not making the playoffs. I'm just saying it right here, right now. I don't care how godlike you want to make Zion Williamson. I don't care how much you want to boost him because he's on the next gen NBA 2K21 cover, which a lot of people seem to be upset about, by the way, including myself. But I'm not taking it as seriously as a lot of people are. I think personally it should have been somebody else, and I don't even like the Dame cover to tell you the truth. I don't even like the Dame cover to tell you the truth because I don't know. It just looks cheap. The designs look cheap, and it's just anyway, I'm not getting into that. I had a whole argument about that with one of my boys last night, but still, um, yeah, the Pelicans got the easiest schedule out of everybody, and the they want to see a LeBron versus Zion first round matchup, but so bad. But I don't know. I just personally feel like Memphis has been working so hard, and they've been such a good team all year. They were such a good team all year round that for them to just lose their spot into the playoffs because the Pelicans got the easiest schedule is and this is not something that this is not just this was a stoppage in the season, and then they made the whole new schedule. They remade the whole schedule for the 8 games. And it's just a coincidence how the Pelicans got the easiest schedule. What is do you really think it's just a coincidence? Do you really think it's just a coincidence? But yeah, I think the overall effect that some teams are gonna have coming into this break, we might have some teams that are not in rhythm. We have teams that might get into rhythm because who knows, maybe some people needed this break, like the Philadelphia 76ers. Um, another team that probably needed this break, you know, you got the defending champion Toronto Raptors, you got the Boston Celtics, you got the Miami Heat, you got the Milwaukee Bucks, you got the Lakers, you got the Clippers, you got the Rockets, you got the Dallas Mavericks, you got the Denver Nuggets. They they might all come differently into how this break is going to affect them. But to me, the two teams that the two teams that are going to be battling it out, I think I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be honest with you. The championship is going to be going through the Lakers or the Bucks. The championship is going through the Lakers or the Bucks because personally to me, and I'm just saying personally, I think the Clippers haven't had enough time to get into that rhythm to just jump back into a season where they've had such a long break and just continue where they left off. To me, I don't think so. Cuz to me, they still got players who are Lou Williams is still not sure if he's going to play. Well, I'm not assuming that he's not going to play. I think Lou Williams is going to play no matter what. And Dwight Howard is not sure if he's going to play, but I'm not doubting him either. We already know Avery Bradley is gone, but they added J.R. Smith, who's to me is a better shooter than Avery Bradley. He's a better shooter. He's tall. He's a taller wing defender. So that just gives more size to the Lakers. But the question is, how good will JR be? Because like we said, JR hasn't been in the league for what, more than a year. But uh, as intense as I've seen his workouts, I'm feeling pretty I'm not saying I'm extremely confident in J.R. Smith, but I'm feeling pretty good that J.R. Smith will at least fit into his role. And who better than to fit J.R. Smith into an offense than LeBron James, because he's played with the guy before. I don't think it's going to take much adjusting, but yeah, in that aspect, I'm not too worried. But the Clippers, I'm not going to be too worried about the Clippers on the defensive end. It's the offensive end that they got to be worried about, because the offensive end is like they were really hitting a rhythm on the offensive end. And you still got players with nagging injuries on the Clippers. With Kawhi with his knee issues, Paul George with his shoulder problems. Patrick Beverly has been banged up all year, and we just have to see the whole thing play and pan out. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm just giving my personal opinion. I just think the Bucks and the Lakers are best formidable to win the NBA championship. The Bucks being that they've been the best team in the league all year. They've been one of the best defensive team all season, and quite frankly, they run one of the best offenses with the runaway MVP, in my opinion, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yes, I said runaway MVP. He's gonna be a two-time MVP, and I even think he's gonna win Defensive Player of the Year. And if not him, then it has to be Anthony Davis. So yeah, that's my opinion in that aspect right there. The legitimacy of this championship. The legitimacy of this championship, to me, a ring is a ring. A ring is a ring. Everybody's got to play under these circumstances. I'm getting sick and tired of hearing these excuses about how this championship needs an asterisk. Well, let me ask you this question. If any team besides the Lakers wins the championship, should this championship have an asterisk? Because it's kind of funny how people want the championship to have an asterisk if the Lakers win it. But let's say the Bucks win it, or the Clippers win it, or even the Boston Celtics win it, or let's say the Raptors repeat, or let's say Houston goes on a Cinderella Dallas run and they win the championship. Do we not put an asterisk on them? But no, we put it on the Lakers because who is on the Lakers? And it's just a coincidence. They only want to put an asterisk because it's LeBron James. They know that this is the Lakers' best chance at winning a championship. This is a golden opportunity, literally the golden opportunity to win a championship. And people want to put an asterisk on it because, LeBron has a legitimate chance at winning a championship this year. Like, all I'm hearing is nothing but excuses about putting an asterisk on the championship. Listen, a ring is a ring. I really don't give a crap. I really don't give a crap. But God forbid if the Clippers win the championship, I have to hear, "Oh no, this championship is legit." Why? Why? Because the Clippers have been the best, were the favorite to win it all. Well, they're not the favorite to win it all now. The Lakers are actually the favorite, according to Vegas, to win the whole damn thing. The Clippers are actually third. The Clippers are actually third. The third favorite to win it all. I don't know why I'm stuttering so much. But yeah, I think to me, LeBron is just gonna be on a mission, and he's gonna motivate the rest of the Lakers. And to me, now the Lakers have the most championship experience on that roster. They have by far the most championship experience on that roster. They've had players that have been to the finals, from LeBron James, J.R. Smith, to Danny Green, to Rajon Rondo, to Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee. They've all been to the finals. So they know what it's like to play in the NBA finals. They know what it is to be in that giant spotlight. So to me, in that case, I think the Lakers will be fine when it comes to going through the NBA playoffs. They've all been to finals, and some of them have been to multiple finals. So yeah, that I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about Frank Vogel's coaching adjustments for J.R. Smith because, again, like I said, LeBron James played with the guy and won a championship with him, so he knows where J.R. Smith likes to get the ball. He knows where his great shots are. So I'm not worried about that whatsoever. The Milwaukee Bucks, I think the Milwaukee Bucks will also get back in rhythm. I think Chris Middleton and Wesley Matthews and those guys, they might struggle to get back in rhythm for a little bit because they were really hitting their stride when it comes to their shooting. And Giannis, I think Giannis is gonna be fine because Giannis is not much of a shooter, and if he is, he's mostly shooting on the top of the key. So, but yeah, teams like the Houston Rockets, I think. The Houston Rockets, I don't give them a shot to win a championship. You're not going to win a championship winning small ball when you got teams like the Lakers, Clippers, and the Bucks who are basically guarding the perimeter at all times. They're guarding the perimeter at all times, and Russell Westbrook can only drive to the lane so many times. If you're going to try to tell me you're going to win an NBA championship with no center, then I'm sorry. It's just not going to work. The Denver Nuggets, I think, the Denver Nuggets need a year. They still need time before they could legit say they could win an NBA championship because they need to give Michael Porter Jr. minutes. They need to legitly put more minutes for Michael Porter Jr. because he has such high potential and they're not giving him an opportunity. So in that case, that's my prediction for the Denver Nuggets. The Dallas Mavericks, I'm not saying they can win the championship, but they can make noise. They can make some serious noise. Luka Doncic is looking like he's getting back into game shape. Will he get back to putting up those MVP type numbers? We have to see. We have to just see what happens. But like I said, they can make some serious noise. And in the Eastern Conference, the Toronto Raptors to me are going to benefit the hell out of this break because they were starting to slow down like crazy. And when they went, I think they won 17 straight games at one point. No, 11. Was it? I can't remember. Sorry about that. But yeah, the Toronto Raptors, the reigning defending NBA champions, they to me they benefit like crazy from this break because they were really starting to hit a real bump in the road. Yeah, the Toronto Raptors were starting to hit a real bump in the road, and they were starting to take some really tough losses. And now you got everybody coming back. The Toronto Raptors are still a formidable foe. They're deep up and down that roster. So don't take the Toronto Raptors very lightly. For a team like the Boston Celtics, to me, I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. I like what that Jason Tatum has stepped up, and now he's turning into he's getting transitioning into that superstar that everybody said that he was gonna be. But to me, the Boston Celtics, they have a slight chance of coming out of the East, a slight chance. But in all retrospect, they have no depth. They have no depth whatsoever. Like, aside from the starting lineup, who do they have? Because they have Marcus Smart. Yes, you can say that. But are you really going to trust guys like Sammy Ojeleye, Romeo Langford? Um, hell, I'm even going to say Enes Kanter. And Daniel Tice. Are you really going to be that confident in the both of them in a 7-game series in the NBA Finals against the Clippers or the Lakers? Look, I'm not very confident in that whatsoever. And your best option your number one option's got to be Jason Tatum. But yeah, I just don't. The Boston Celtics, to me, if we were talking last year's Celtics, I would have gave them a better shot last year. To tell you the truth, I would have if last year's Boston Celtics team was this year's Boston Celtics team, I would have gave them a better shot. If Kyrie wasn't having so many issues with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, then I would have gave the Celtics a better shot this year than they did last year. Like, you know what I mean? If last year's Celtics team was this year's Celtics team, then yeah, you already know you already know what I'm trying to say. But in this case, with this Boston Celtics team, I don't know. I'm just not very. I'm not very confident in saying that they'll come out of the East because the two dark horses in the Eastern Conference to me are the Philadelphia 76ers and the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat being they're one of the best three-point shooting teams in the Eastern Conference. They're one of the best three-point shooting teams in the Eastern Conference. They're one of the best defensive teams in the Eastern Conference. They're one of the youngest teams in the Eastern Conference. Jimmy Butler has been such a great leader for that team. He's been such a great leader for the Miami Heat, and he was a very not a very appreciated pickup in last year's free agency, but he's been a great mentor to Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Kendrick Nunn, Bam Adebayo, especially. So yeah, in that aspect, the Miami Heat are just a tough-minded team, and when it comes to being mentally tough, they know how to handle certain environments and being in such hostile environments, and they will know how to adjust. But the Philadelphia 76ers, hold on, give me a second. But yes, the Philadelphia 76ers, they're the dark horse because they were terrible on the road this year. But with everybody coming back healthy, who knows what kind of Philadelphia 76ers team we're going to see. Are we finally going to see that Philadelphia 76ers team that's supposed to be as good as they are at home on the road? Are we finally going to see that? Because they're not going to have a home court. they're gonna be playing. They're basically gonna be playing they're all playing in the same area. They're all playing in the same area. So are the Philadelphia 76ers finally gonna show that potential that they showed when they picked up Al Horford, who to me has been a very bad pickup at this point in time. But maybe they'll shut us all up and they'll actually come out the East. Like, to me, a team like the Boston Celtics doesn't want to meet the Philadelphia 76ers with their size and defense, and they don't want to meet the Philadelphia 76ers in the playoffs. They really don't. And then you got teams like the Indiana Pacers, but you know they're taking a couple losses here and there, and Victor Oladipo's not even sure if he wants to come back. The Brooklyn Nets are done. They're not. I don't even think they want to even compete for the playoffs because every other day I'm hearing somebody in the Nets got the coronavirus. So, like, I think they're just done. Kyrie taking his stand and not playing. KD over here saying he wouldn't play even if he was healthy. You know, he drew some attention from certain people, aka Skip Bayless, by saying that he's not a true NBA superstar for not wanting to compete. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, I think the whole thing with the NBA playoffs is gonna be very interesting. But like I said, the legitimacy of this championship needs to stop being questioned. A ring is a ring. Like, I'm done with it. I'm really done with it. Anyway, I think I got straight to my point. The videos might take a while because, especially at the time being with the whole pandemic and everything going on, and with the NBA season coming back, I don't know how consistent I might be for a while. I'll try my best I'll try my best to try to give my opinion on certain things when it comes to the games, the playoff series, and who wins, and the finals and everything. But yeah, like I said, I'll try my best. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell if you want more basketball content. This is your boy Jay Varsity. I'll try to be as consistent with these videos as I can. But anyway, I gotta go. I'm out. Peace.
We got some non-believers out there.
Make believers out of non-believers. Make believers out the overseers. Make them bow down.